Hey there, explorers! Welcome to KidQuest History, where we dive into the coolest stories from the past. Today, we're on a fantastic adventure to discover how 8 popular Olympic Games have evolved over time. The Olympics are a huge global celebration where athletes from all around the world come together to showcase their amazing skills and compete for gold medals. Did you know that the Olympics started more than 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece? Back then, the Games were held in Olympia and included only a few sports. There were no big stadiums, fancy uniforms, or shiny medals like we see today. Just a simple but thrilling set of contests to determine who was the best. Let's explore how these incredible games have changed and evolved to become the Olympic spectacle we know today. Running is one of the oldest Olympic sports. In ancient Greece, the main running event was the stadion race, a straight sprint of about 200 meters. Athletes competed barefoot on a dusty track, and winning this race was a huge honor. The excitement of the race and the cheers of the crowd made it a thrilling event for everyone involved. Fast forward to today, and running is still a major part of the Olympics. We now have various types of races, including sprints, hurdles, and marathons. Athletes wear super special shoes and high-tech gear that help them run faster and more efficiently. With the help of modern technology and advanced training, today's runners can achieve incredible speeds and set new records. It's amazing to see how much the sport has evolved. Wrestling was a big part of the ancient Olympic Games too. In those days, athletes competed using their strength and skill to pin their opponents to the ground. They wore minimal clothing and wrapped their hands in leather straps for better grip. The matches were intense and demanded both physical power and clever techniques. Today, wrestling has evolved into different styles like freestyle and Greco-Roman. Athletes now wear special outfits and use techniques that have been refined over many years. Modern wrestling matches are a mix of strategy and athleticism, with competitors using fast footwork and precise movements to win. It's fascinating to see how the sport has developed with new rules and training methods. Imagine racing around a track with horses pulling a chariot. It was one of the most thrilling events in ancient Olympics. Chariots were small, lightweight carts with wheels, and they were pulled by teams of horses. The races were exciting and sometimes dangerous, with dramatic turns and high speeds. Fans would cheer wildly as they watched the fierce competition unfold. Although chariot racing is no longer part of the Olympics, horse racing remains a popular sport. In the Olympics today, we have events like show jumping and dressage, where horses and riders work together to perform impressive routines. These modern equestrian events still capture the thrill of the race, but with a focus on precision and harmony between horse and rider. Boxing has been around for centuries, with its roots going back to ancient Greece. Early boxers fought with their fists wrapped in leather straps, and the matches were often quite rough and intense. Winning a boxing match was a great honor, showcasing both strength and courage. Today's Olympic boxing is much safer and more structured. Boxers wear protective gloves and headgear to reduce the risk of injury. The matches are scored based on technique and points, with athletes using strategic moves and precise punches. Modern training and equipment have turned boxing into a dynamic and exciting sport that still thrills audiences around the world. Throwing the javelin was an important sport in the ancient Olympics. Athletes would hurl long, spear-like objects as far as they could. The javelin was a test of both strength and skill, and it required great technique to achieve the longest throw possible. In the modern Olympics, javelin throwing has evolved with new materials and techniques. Today's javelins are made from lightweight materials, and athletes use advanced throwing techniques to maximize distance and accuracy. It's amazing to see how technology and training have improved this classic event, helping athletes set new world records. Gymnastics has a long history, dating back to ancient Greece, where athletes performed routines to show off their strength and agility. The early events were quite different from what we see now, but they laid the groundwork for this incredible sport. Today's gymnastics is a dazzling display of athleticism. Athletes perform on different apparatuses like the balance beam, floor, and vault, showcasing incredible feats of strength, flexibility, and grace. Modern gymnasts use specialized equipment and train extensively to perfect their routines. It's an awe-inspiring sport that continues to amaze audiences with its elegance and skill. Fencing, or sword fighting, was an exciting sport in the early Olympics. Athletes used real swords to outwit and outmaneuver each other. It was a contest of agility, strategy, and skill, with matches that were both thrilling and demanding. Today, fencing is a high-tech sport with electronic equipment and protective gear. Fencers use lightweight, foil, épée, or saber swords, and employ quick footwork and strategic moves to score points. Modern fencing combines speed and precision, making it a captivating and dynamic event. Weightlifting has ancient origins, where athletes would lift heavy stones or other weights to showcase their strength. It was a test of pure power and endurance, with impressive feats that drew crowds and admiration. In the modern Olympics, weightlifting has become a refined sport with specific techniques. Athletes lift barbells in styles like the snatch and clean and jerk, using carefully designed equipment and rigorous training. The sport continues to push the limits of human strength and skill, with lifters achieving amazing feats of power. The Olympics have come a long way from their ancient beginnings, with new sports and events being added over the years. From the classic running races and wrestling to today's high-tech swimming and gymnastics, each sport has its own unique history and exciting changes. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey through Olympic history with KidQuest History. Whether it's the old-timey chariot races or the latest high-tech gear, the Olympics continue to be an amazing showcase of athletic talent and spirit. Thanks for joining us on this adventure, and we can't wait to see you on the next KidQuest.